Hello guys and gals, how was your day and night? This is Moalagi recording the audio commentary for Smart Shirt, the latest and not so greatest short film out of my repertoire. So let's get into this, shall we? I made a short film back in May or April of 2018 off the top of my head, and I made this after harvest season. The last live action narrative I've made was Unusual Planning 3, which I made back in January. So it's been a while, so I decided to get back into that groove. But this time I wanted to shoot something visual. I wanted to go back to my old days of making these live action narratives by making something that was primarily, for the lack of a better word now, visual. Something that relies on your eyes to tell the story, to find the story. So you can consider this like a spiritual successor to Taped Leaves or Early Misplacement or some of my earlier short films. Now the inspiration for this one was there was a class in my school, actually during my speech therapy class, about smart clothing, and we were naming different types of smart clothing that's out there in the world, and we came up with this piece of smart clothing. It's a t-shirt that changes color according to what kind of light you're in, whether you're in a bright light or a dark light. And I thought, oh, this is pretty interesting. I can make a short film out of this. So that's how I came up with this idea of this character who's wearing this shirt or jacket, whatever you can call it, that changes colors. So that's why when he goes into the dark side, like right now, his shirt will change to black and gray, with black and gray stripes. But when he's at the lighter side, it's a yellowish color. And I wanted to make that the center of the conflict of the story. And I think it turned out pretty well, especially the editing. I'm very proud of the editing personally. Let's talk about the editing for a minute. As you may know, I edit this with VideoPad Video Editor. I don't use Premiere Pro. One, because it's too expensive, and two, I'm just not so used to it. I prefer this. Not because it's easy, but because I'm more used to it. And what you're seeing right now is some of my best editing, in my opinion. How I cut from wide to close-up and then back to wide and then close-up. I achieved this by shooting this entire scene that you're seeing, the shot twice, one wide and one close, and I just intercut it between the two, trying to make it match and so forth. Since we're talking about technical aspects, I'll say that I shot this film for the first time with only prime lenses, meaning lenses that don't have a focal length. Well, they only have one focal length, but they can zoom in and out. So I used a 24mm f2.8 for Canon and a 50mm f1.8 for Canon as well. And I used those lenses for effect. So for example, this guy, when he's at the dark side, like right now, I use a 50mm to show how claustrophobic he is, because when I think of dark, I think of claustrophobic, I think about the unknown. But when he's on the greater, lighter side, the more positive, the more upbeat side, I use a wide lens. And this shot right here that you're seeing here, the profile shot when I'm on the ground, that is my favorite shot in this entire film because it's in focus, the light is just at the right position. I love it so much. Whenever I see it, I just think, wow, this is gorgeous for what I can do. And this showed how much I've improved overall. And if you noticed in my last minor year, which you can find on this channel, I did a before and after, and the before picture was my first animation of two cars battling each other in stop motion, and the after was that shot that I just mentioned, and it just showed how far I've come, and I just am so proud of myself, especially since I'm making these short films all by myself, and I really mean it, all by myself. No cast, no crew, no nothing, just me. So there you go. Now, I've talked to people about the ending, and they were not so sure about what it's supposed to mean, so I'll explain it. So this guy in this video He's sick and tired of his jacket, his smart clothing that we find at the beginning of the short, so he decides to throw away in the trash. It gets new clothing, which so happens to be all white. And they stay that way even in the dark side. So when he goes to the lighter side, they change colors to black, as a way to tease him, as a way to give him more misfortune. Yeah, I admit it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because it's dark clothing in the light side, but maybe that shirt malfunctioned or something. We'll see you later, guys, and have a good day. Bye.
Hey subscribers and fans, I just want to let you know that I have 2 announcements. One, a new video is coming up on Saturday, hopefully, or next week. It will be called The Usual Suspects lineup scene and cut animation, and it's exactly what it sounds like. I am going to recreate that scene from The Usual Suspects with my familiar cut animation, so I hope you enjoyed that. My second announcement is after that Usual Suspects video, I'm going to release a Q&A video also next week where I'm going to answer 5 to 10 questions from you guys, the fans and subscribers. So what I would like for you guys to do, and gals, is to go to the comment section of this video or any of my other videos and post questions, lots and lots of questions about my channel, my videos, my lifestyle, anything that's related to me, and also my channel. So please, spread the word, be kind, and rewind sometimes. And as I would say, have a nice day.